Man, see, what my favorite part is the countdown because I feel like it's professional at that point. Hi, I'm Rob from Big Agnes, and you're on the Stakeout. I'm here today with Dalton, one of our photographers. We're going to hang out, have you guys come into our living room, and we're going to do a little chat, get to know each other a little more from besides like email and maybe a phone conversation, things along those lines. Now I get to talk to him in person, and, I feel like I'm a better person for it already. Let's get it rolling with just a quick intro of who you are and kind of where you're from in that. And, full name, whole bit.
Full name?
Yes, please.
Oh, geez, that's bad because I don't go by my first name. So
yes, I do that.
Yeah, full name is Garrett Dalton Johnson, but I go by Dalton Johnson. That was a middle school fiasco, but whatever.
It worked.
Yeah, kind of. And then I'm from Lake Tahoe area. Grew up in the farm country, so if you're from Lake Tahoe, people laugh at me when I actually tell them where I'm from. But then yeah,
rolls from there.
Yeah.
No, it's fun sometimes. I mean, even like around here, and people like we were talking about earlier today, and like this is still a cowboy town. People think of Steamboat as like Ski Town USA, or you're biking, or you're boating, or whatever, climbing, but not that it's also a cowboy town, and that like they run cattle through town sometimes and stuff like that. Or we have a rodeo.
Yeah, I checked out the rodeo last night.
Yeah, see, it's definitely a thing you always got to do is check out the rodeo. So photography wise, what was kind of your inspiration for becoming a photographer?
I was working at Outward Bound, and the art director was like, "You take good enough photos," and I was like, "I don't know what that means," and he was like, "Means we'll pay you 10 times what you paid now." I was like, "Wait, really?" And then he was like, "Nah, double," but yeah. I was like, "Wow, that sounds good to me."
So yeah, perfect.
No, didn't have to work outdoor ed anymore, and got to spend more time just like climbing and surfing and having a good time, and made more money.
That's awesome. No, that's perfect. Especially when it's doing all the things that you love to do anyway. Do you feel like outside of that portion of it, the Outward Bound portion truly got you even more stoked on being in the outdoors? I mean, I know that's a goal when you go do an Outward Bound or say like a Knowles course, things along those lines. Yeah. But do you think that was another true driving force that kept you going? And these are the things I always want to do.
Yeah. I mean, you just get the excuse to actually go out and play in nature and like get paid to do it, and you don't have to like worry about like, oh, I only have 24 hours. You're like, cool, like I'm actually going to lead this 30-day expedition and just have a good time, and hopefully no one gets hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like day 29 comes and you're like, we haven't messed it up yet.
Yeah, we're doing good, bringing everybody home safe. It is the goal. So you get to travel a lot. We've talked before about this, and you're on the road quite a bit. Do you have any upcoming trips, projects, or even honestly just trips for yourself that you're super stoked on, and one that you're like can't wait to go here because maybe you haven't been there before, something along those lines?
This year is actually more of like a foundational year, so I'm like resetting my foundation. But yeah, I mean, I'll be in Lake Tahoe for about a month, which is like a novelty at this point. So I'll be there. And then I'm actually doing a surprise trip with my grandma for her 80th birthday. She's always loved Elvis. So we're going to go check out Elvis stuff for a week. And then
upcoming trips, your favorite. This might top them all. Dude, that is amazing. That is so rad. Yeah. And it's surprise, right? Is what you said?
I mean,
or does she know to agree?
She knows because we had to book tickets. But
true, and it can't like too surprise an 80-year-old.
Yeah,
you want to be careful.
Hey, Grandma, we're taking off. Yeah,
pack your bag. It's fine. Just wear what you're wearing.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy too because I've never spent like much one-on-one time, and it's gonna be 12 days one-on-one.
Oh, that's
gonna be insane. Yeah,
my one grandmother, I only knew very, very little before she passed. My granny, I knew for quite a while growing up, and like she lived in California. We were on the East Coast, but we'd travel and visit. And there was a point where I'm a tall guy. I was like twice her size. And she would threaten me still all the time. Or if I was sitting down, she'd come up and she'd noogie my head. Like she was the best. Or like I think she called me her granddaughter one time. Oh, because I had long hair, and she was like, "Well, there's my other granddaughter," and I was like, are you kidding me? And then I realized at the same time, I was like, my grandmother is cracking jokes on me. I was like, this doesn't get any better.
Yeah, dude, you getting punked?
Those are exactly, those relationships are the best. No, that's awesome, dude. I can't wait to hear about how all that went. Always got to roll into some kind of Big Agnes something. This is the stakeout via Big Agnes. Favorite Big Agnes gear piece. Where does it get used most? Like, specific item that goes to a specific place. This tent, I love to do these ones or whatever, or it could be a pillow that's one of your favorite items. But what's kind of your go-to? You always try and have Big Agnes piece, and then maybe what locations, what cool places does it really work the best for you?
All right, perfect. I got 3.
Love it.
The first one is totally random. I never thought I'd be stoked on it. It's your guys' little butt pad cutout thing.
Yes.
I literally
Twister cane hiker seat. Yeah.
I use that thing almost every day. Like I'm not, and that's not like facetious. Like I literally like living in a van. Like that thing goes everywhere. It's like you go outside, just toss it down. I can stretch on it. It's literally the perfect knee pad to do like hip openers.
Yep.
It's amazing. I thought when you guys sent it to me, I was like, what am I ever going to use this? And then I was like, wait, I use this every day.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
I do love mine. I actually keep 3 to 4 in my truck at all times. Great for chair seats.
Yeah.
By a fire, a warm thing for the same, not just the comfort thing. Or in the wintertime, we bring them to the ski mountain and like it's a snowing out, but we're still sitting outside having like lunch and a beer or whatever. And we'll use those on the wet seats. So then we're good on our gear and stuff like that as well. And keep your butt warm. Yeah. It's it's key. And it's like this big. Yeah. It's like, that's the best. All right, that's one.
Originally, what I thought you were going to say is you follow the time when you're snowboarding, so you actually keep a butt pad, but I guess...
well, we could strap it on.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Us trying to make a strap, that might be pushing it. Oof. It might take a while.
Yeah.
All right, so number 2.
Number 2. Number 2 is I'm a sucker for the blow-up pad used in water as a floaty.
I've seen this.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, especially the 2-person pad.
Oh, yeah.
The 2-person pad. That was my first date with my girlfriend. 2 years going strong. So that was great. And then
we helped their relationship start.
Yeah. So thank you guys.
Yes, you're welcome. Anytime.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Our Devo team, the development design team, went floating the river like tubing.
Okay.
They all brought pads. And went and rolled together. It was pretty awesome.
They're perfect for that. Like, it's insane how helpful that's been.
Yeah, nice. All right,
number 3. It's the Fly Creek. Yeah, 2-person Fly Creek. Thing's amazing.
It's solid.
Yeah, pretty much any personal trip I go backpacking or anything that I'm going to use a tent for.
Yep.
That it's not going to like dump a bunch of snow and I need a mountaineering tent or something.
Yep.
That's what I go with.
That's perfect. I love it. We actually just had a bike packer, a couple guys come through, and the one guy was talking to us, and the tent he's using for the Tour Divide is a Fly Creek.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's been his go-to for quite a while now.
Yeah. When I bike packed from Tahoe to Mount Whitney, strap that right on there. It's perfect.
Done and done. Love it. It's one of our longest standing tents in the line. Gotta love it.
When did you guys put that thing out? Because you guys won awards for it, right?
Oh, yes. But, oh my gosh, 2000. Oh my gosh, 5?
Wait, really?
8? I'm trying to remember. It's been, because we started with this Seed House SL, so it was the very first tent we did. It was the first tent to break 4 pounds as a backpacking tent in the industry. We were the very first to sort of start like true backpacking style tent, and then rolled from there, and then the Fly Creek. But yeah, it's forever.
That's awesome.
And only had to do a couple adjustments along the way to try and make it a little better.
Yeah.
And then a bikepacking version now, as well. Yeah. So it's definitely been a go-to, and love having it in our line. Back to the nitty-gritty.
Perfect.
Outside of, I wouldn't even call it, this is your everyday wear. So, favorite costume piece, and I'd like to say travel with you sometimes, but there might be key pieces that travel with you all the time since you're on the road a lot.
Yeah. Favorite piece that sadly I literally just took out is my Wookiee onesie.
Timing of life and costumes, it happens sometimes. I totally feel your pain.
Yeah, yeah. I was literally like, I pulled it out of the bucket, and it's kind of thick.
Yep.
And I literally was holding on to it, and I was like, well, it's summertime. I'm not gonna be in a onesie very much, and sadly walked it to the storage container and left.
Little did you know you were going to be on the stakeout. So, all right. Well, anything else in that category besides? I mean, this toga is beautiful, by the way.
Thanks. Yeah.
Especially for the fact that you actually made sure you matched with your chair today. I think that really just pulls it all together.
Yeah, I came down and saw how the stakeout was going to be set up, and I was like, you know what? I got to go to the blue sheets today.
Yeah, I think it was a great choice. We're really appreciative. I think the whole crowd is appreciative of it.
Thank you so much.
All right, so kind of wrap it up.
Before we go on, I got one more costume.
Thank you.
I'm a sucker for a Santa outfit because you never know when that outfit is going to come in use.
Yep.
And so a lot I've been using it for is for photo shoots. So it's like Santa goes surfing, Santa goes backpacking, Santa, and so I have like a whole Santa goes series.
I mean, I smell calendar. Yep.
Yeah.
I think that's the way to go next.
Yeah.
We can help with that.
Cool.
All right. To wrap this all up, sort of, kind of. And this one I had thought about, and I was like, nope, I'm going with it. I want to ask many people this because I love my favorite things, kind of like favorite costumes and stuff like that. We even did that with our ambassadors. And at one point I realized there was a unicorn theme with a bunch of our ambassadors, which was pretty awesome. I was like, I think we've picked the right people to be together. This is a good core group. You're stranded in a remote area and you can only have one beverage, one food item, and these might be your last ever.
One beverage.
What are they?
Oh, man. Beverage. And it's like, there's an infinite amount of them, or there's only one?
I mean, you might get a couple more, but they're not going to save your life. It's really your go-to of like, this is the end. And we'll say, if it was a beer, maybe a 12-pack.
Okay. Yeah. Man, I'm a total sucker for tea, which is the lamest answer ever.
No. Is there a special favorite tea?
Yeah. So when I was living in Santa Cruz, I found this tea house that had specialized in pu'er. It's like a fancy tea.
Yep.
And I had no idea. And I would just have like a gung fu setup with that, and I could just sit there and drink it. And if that was my last sips, I'd be pretty happy.
Oh, I like that. See, this is going to get interesting because not what I was expecting from Dalton. Favorite food, or the last food.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. If it's my last food, like I'm gonna have like a double chocolate chip pie, or just chocolate on chocolate pie. Cake.
Chocolate on top of chocolate with a sprinkle of chocolate.
Yeah, exactly. And
Perfect.
then I'd just be eating it by hand, just like
all day.
Yeah.
Tea, chocolate.
Exactly.
Tea, chocolate.
That's the last thing I'm going to eat. Like, come on.
Yeah,
like,
you go. Well, no, and that's the thing is, I want to know because some people, they might come up with you're like, well, that's not really like how I want to finish it. Oh my gosh. Welcome everybody. Dirk. Dirk works in sales. He does a really good job. He has a cool owner. His name is Park. Though, to be real, Dirk runs the show. Park gets the paycheck. But it's definitely Dirk.
Go get that.
Bye, Dirk. We'll see you later. Have a great day. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Dirk is the brains behind those two. Trust me on that one. No, it's funny. Like each one, I feel like I'm gonna have something different. Previously, we were talking in an interview on the Stakeout about like beer. And talking about like the stout beer, and like I have a go-to IPA from Storm Peak here in town, the Maestro. Yeah, phenomenal. But my food, there's so many things that I love, but I don't think it'll ever not be number one is ice cream.
Oh, I'd see.
And we found out recently, National Ice Cream Month.
Wait,
July.
really?
Yep.
Wow.
There's like a different ice cream day for almost every day this month.
Really?
Which makes sense. It's summer. July, it's my birthday month too, by the way. Just throwing that in a little shout out.
Yeah, I actually had the Huckleberry ice cream at the candy shop.
Ooh,
that was phenomenal,
dude. I've had some Huckleberry. Ooh, favorite ice cream? Cereal milk.
That's a thing.
It tastes literally
what type
like
of cereal,
you just
though?
like a Fruity Pebbles or something
Oh, okay.
sugary, but like when you go to drink the milk at the end, every bite of this ice cream, cereal milk.
Dang, that'd be amazing.
Yeah. All right. Knowing now that people now know you're a photographer and kind of a little bit about you, how can they find you, follow you socially and such?
Yeah, Instagram and then my website. It's all just Dalton Johnson Media. So at Dalton Johnson Media for Instagram, and
Cool.
then website is daltonjohnsonmedia.com. I have
Perfect.
a blog on there that actually has some useful information.
Sweet.
Yeah.
He writes as well. So he's not just a good toga wearer and photographer.
Well, the
All
toga comes because I have to embody the diplomats, so I can actually write.
Yes, get it done.
Yeah.
I love it. Dedication to the craft. Okay, everybody. I'm Rob.
I'm Dalton.
This is the Stakeout. Thanks for being with us.